Close your eyes for a second and picture this. You're standing in Hogsmeade as night settles in. The garlands are glowing, hot butterbeer is warming your hands. Turns out, it can get chilly in Orlando. The castle lights shift just slightly, and then the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts begins and the entire land exhales in unison. Yeah, that's the vibe of today's episode. Because in part 2, we're talking strategy. The kind that helps you actually experience moments like that instead of fighting crowds or refreshing your dang phone all day long. Let's unlock it.
Welcome back to Unlocking Universal, your key to all things Universal Orlando and beyond. Now here's your guide and unfair advantage, Holly.
Welcome back, my friends. This is part 2 of our holiday deep dive, your full guide to navigating the holidays at Universal Orlando. Smarter, calmer, and with a whole lot more joy. If you missed part 1, go back and listen to episode 32, where we covered the top 10 holiday offerings that are included with your admission. That was the what. Today, we're doing the how. This is the episode where we get tactical. What's worth your money this year and what isn't? How to meet the Grinch without a 3 or more hour line, where the best treats are hiding, parade strategy, castle show timing, early park admission magic, and how to build a day that feels festive instead of frantic. All right, now that we've set the tone, let's talk about something extremely important during the holidays. Snacks. Because what is a festive theme park day without a treat in each hand? Yeah, exactly. One thing Universal will never do halfway is holiday treats. And while I'm not going to list every single treat item because, heck, it can change from week to week, here's the general vibe. Seasonal treats are everywhere. The Tribute Store? Absolutely. Today Cafe? Always. The crepe stand? That snickerdoodle crepe deserves its own billboard. My best advice here, if a snack catches your eye, just get it. Holiday menus rotate fast and they often sell out. And for drinks, themed bevies can be found throughout the resort. Hot butterbeer, yeah, we have to talk about it because we can have it year-round now, but during the holidays, it just kind of hits a little different, and it's no longer hot butterbeer in 95-degree weather, which is delightful. And speaking of treats, or technically drinks, we need to talk about one of my favorite underrated holiday deals that I feel like not enough people are taking advantage of. The Coca-Cola Freestyle souvenir cup. This year's deal is genuinely great. Right now, if you buy 2 Freestyle souvenir cups, you can get one for free. So at $19 a piece? This is a big win in my book. If you've heard episode 25 of this podcast, you know that I am a hardcore Freestyle cup girly. Hydration plus variety plus reusability plus souvenir. Yes, please. These holiday cups are extra adorable because they're bright, Christmassy red with a snowman design on them. I freaking love them. They're festive without being tacky, although some well-placed tackiness is never a bad thing in my book. And they're surprisingly durable. If you're traveling with a family of 3, a bunch of friends, or maybe teens who turn into dehydrated gremlins by 10 a.m. and won't share a cup, this promo is chef's kiss. Get the cups, stay hydrated, live your best life. Okay, hydration is handled. Let's move on to something a little more controversial this year. The Universal Holiday Tour. You know I'm always going to give it to you straight, so let's break down what's changed and whether it's actually worth it in 2025. Okay, friends, deep breath, because we're going to be honest, but not negative. In previous years, the holiday tour normally was park to park, started later in the day, and it ended with a glorious private after-hours viewing of the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle. And along with that, you would get that stunning empty Hogsmeade walkout afterwards. Plus Santa treats Grinch Max, so much more. It was literally the definition of magical. But this year, in 2025, because of construction for the new coaster that's replacing Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, a couple of key changes had to be made. This year, the tour is not park to park, and there is no Hogwarts Castle viewing. This year, the entire tour stays inside Universal Studios Florida. Well, here's what you do get. You get reserved area for the parade. That's a big time saver. A fabulous Santa meet and greet, because it's always a good idea to let them know what you want. You know what I'm saying? You got to just make sure our bases are covered. You get lots of Grinch time. You also get photos with him and Max, and this is important because it's the only place that you get to meet Max. You get to decorate cookies and get to have some hot cocoa and other beverages, and there's a sweet and savory buffet offerings to go along with that. Not to mention the reserved seating for the Hula Day Spectacular, which again, big time saver, and a bunch of fun interwoven entertainment moments, which I'm not going to spoil. Pricing typically sits around $89 to $109, depending on the date. Here's the fan first truth: the tour is still fun. It's still very, very festive. It still has a lot of special access, but it also now happens much earlier in the day, sometimes starting like around noon. This means it's going to eat up 5 to 6 hours of precious park time during the busiest of seasons. So this year, I'm not recommending it, but I'm also not recommending it the way I traditionally would. If you have extra time, want to meet the Grinch and Max, want zero lines, love exclusive experiences, and are looking for an entire holiday themed day, the tour can still be worth it. But if you're on a tight timeline, like say you're visiting for just a day or two, you're prioritizing rides, or you want that nighttime castle moment like we've had in the past, I'd skip it this year. Now, if the holiday tour isn't quite hitting the mark for you this year, there's another holiday offering we need to talk about, one that people practically sprint to reserve every season. The Grinch and Friends Holiday Breakfast. This breakfast is pure holiday joy. You get the Grinch at his best, snarky, hilarious, chaotic, all the Grinchy things. You get a whole bunch of little Who vignettes. They're going to be walking around, talking to you, interactions up the wazoo. You're going to get a bunch of fantastic photos, a super solid hot breakfast, like really tasty, higher end options. It is very, very good. And you're going to get that early access timing. The bottom line with the Grinch and Friends breakfast is it's all about meeting the Grinch without wasting a good portion of your day waiting in line out in the sun. Time is money when you're on vacation. If you divide out the cost of your ticket by the number of hours you spend in the park and multiply it by the time you stand in line for something, you're going to get the cost of your wait. The regular meet and greet queues for the Grinch can rise up around 3 or more hours easily. He is so super popular. So when you look at it this way, the cost of the breakfast, which is $59, it's a bargain. Not only did you get a lovely meal and one-on-one time with the big green guy himself, you're going to get more time back in your day. That makes for a better overall experience. The only problem? This isn't a secret, and it sells out extremely fast. And of this recording, it's already well past sold out for 2025. So if you snagged a reservation earlier in the season, amazing. Please go enjoy it. Let me know what you thought of it. But listen, if you didn't, don't panic. I've got a plan B that works beautifully and doesn't involve standing in line for 3 hours with your holiday spirit evaporating like that popsicle on the sidewalk over there. Here's my plan B: how to meet the Grinch without waiting 3 or more hours. This is my real insider strategy, y'all. What you're going to do is use early park admission. I know this sounds really stupid, right? But here's the thing. Early park admission gets you into Islands of Adventure an hour before the park opens to the general public. And while the Grinch meet and greet does not officially run during early park admission, being physically in Seuss Landing early gives you a huge advantage. So that's step 1, use early park admission. Step 2, head straight to Seuss Landing. Even though you can't meet them yet, you can talk to team members that are stationed there. They are the gatekeepers. They know exactly when and where the queue will open that day, and it does vary. Step 3, get your info straight from the team member. They'll tell you when to line up at Honk Honkers, which is where the meet and greet takes place usually, where to stand while you wait, and when the queue will officially open. This lets you be in position without wasting your official park hours. It's the same idea as getting in position for Battle at the Ministry at Epic Universe before that park opens. And finally, number 4, enjoy the meet and greet. The Grinch is top tier at Universal. He's witty, sharp, and so perfectly in character that it feels like you're meeting the Jim Carrey movie version. He's worth the time investment, I promise you. This strategy works beautifully for people who have missed snagging the breakfast, aren't doing the tour, and want to make the most of their park time. All right, so we've covered the big festive food moments, the paid extras, and how to meet the big green guy himself without sacrificing your entire day. Now it's time for my favorite, totally made up segment, Holly's Holiday Strategy Corner, where we pull everything together into an actually doable plan. This is your complete mindset, plus timing, plus tactical guide for the holidays. I broke this into clear categories so you can plug and play based on your priorities. And as always, we're starting where every good universal plan starts, with expectations. Number 1, the expectation strategy. Let's be honest, you will not do everything, everywhere, in one holiday day. What I want you to do is pick 3 priorities and let everything else be gravy. This alone will transform your trip, and that goes for any trip, not just a holiday trip. Once expectations are set, your next superpower during the holidays is how you start your day. And we talked about this just a few minutes ago, but we're going to reiterate it here because it's that important. Number 2, your entry strategy, early park admission. Once your expectations are set, the very next thing that's going to change your holiday experience is how you start your day. In early park admission, it's the unsung hero of holiday planning and, for that matter, everyday planning. Whether you're staying on site or you've got EPA through your multi-day tickets, use it. Use it every day you have it. Early park admission is your chance to get ahead of the crowds, knock out the biggies like Hagrid's or Velocicoaster, or to jump in the queue for Battle at the Ministry, and admission to meet the Grinch. Get yourself physically in Seuss Landing before the masses arrive. It's calmer, it's cleaner, it's strategic, and honestly, it just feels good to start your day with a win. Number 3, your parade strategy. There are 2 ways to tackle this: photos versus feelings. Because where you choose to watch the Universal Holiday Parade featuring Macy's genuinely shapes the whole experience. If your priority is gorgeous photos and being done early, Hollywood Boulevard is absolutely your spot. The lighting is great, you're close to the start of the route, and boom, you're on with your night. But if you want the goosebumps, the holiday emotions, the giant tree, the Santa lighting that tree as the music swells, you have to go to New York. Yes, you'll wait longer for the parade to reach you, and the lighting will be darker by then, but the atmosphere is unbeatable. So choose your spot based on what you value more, the clean shot or the heart-melting moment. Just keep in mind that the parade is 30 minutes long and it takes its time to get to the end of the route. Choose your viewing spot with intention. Number 4 is your show strategy. Now, holiday entertainment is incredible, but it also shifts around more than people expect. Cast schedules, show times, parade adjustments, things can and do change, especially in December. So please do not rely on screenshots you saw in a YouTube video or a pretty color-coded schedule that someone posted on Facebook. Those don't update. The official Universal Orlando app does, and it updates first. Make checking the app a habit throughout your days leading up to your trip and while you're on vacation. It's going to save you time, frustration, and missed entertainment. But hands down, the biggest nighttime holiday payoff happens in one very familiar, very magical place. Strategy number 5 is your Wizarding World strategy. Okay, with this one, it's simple but powerful. If you want the full emotional punch of the holidays in the Wizarding World, go at night. Go back at night if you've gone earlier in the day. Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley are beautiful during the day, but at night, it's a whole different world. You've got the warm glow of the windows, garlands lit up, Celestina Warbeck's holiday snowfall, and of course, the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle every 20 minutes after dusk. It's cozy, cinematic, and absolutely worth building into your evening. Now, after all that evening excitement, let's rewind to something I recommend weaving into your afternoons. Number 6 is your tribute store strategy. Make it your afternoon reset. Crowds spike in the middle of the afternoon. Energy dips. People get cranky, especially if it's a little bit warm out. That's your cue to hit the tribute store. It's peaceful, gorgeous, festive, and gloriously air-conditioned. And that brings us to number 7, which is our city walk strategy. When the parks close, don't rush straight back to your hotel or to the parking garage with everyone else. Take a breath and let your day end gently. City Walk is gorgeous during the holidays. Twinkling lights, festive music, that warm buzz of people still having a great time. Pop into the Red and Green Coconut Club for a drink or a little entertainment. Wander the lagoon area. Or head over to one of the hotels for their lobby decorations and seasonal offerings. Ending your night like this creates a really nice, peaceful holiday moment to close the day. And before we wrap up, one final holiday reality check. Hours can and will shift. December is prime time for local companies to hold their holiday parties at Universal, renting out entire parks sometimes. When that happens, nighttime offerings may adjust or parks may close earlier than expected. Again, the app is where those updates appear first, so you're going to want to give it a quick check well ahead of your visit. Not out of paranoia, but just out of really good strategy. Because when you pull all these tools together, treats, timing, strategy, clarity, you really can create a holiday visit that feels joyful instead of stressful. The holidays at Universal Orlando are special to me. They're deeply themed, wildly fun, and full of charm. But they're also busy, shifting, and unpredictable. With some help from my strategy, some clarity, and your own fan-first mindset, you can build a holiday visit that feels magical instead of chaotic. And remember, no matter what anyone tells you, you don't have to do everything. You just have to do your things. If this episode helped you get a handle on a smoother holiday at Universal, consider leaving me a review. It makes my heart grow 3 sizes, Grinch style, but with less cardiac concern. See you next time.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Now get out of here and go do something nice for someone.